This video is brought to you by ACORNS and Prize Picks. More on them in just a bit.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are about to watch the first ever feature film from Disney. Yes, I think as a child I might have heard the sounds, maybe in the womb it was watched, but I certainly don't remember it. Do you, Aaron?
I don't remember a gosh dang thing. I don't think I've ever actually seen this movie, ever.
I think, like, I know the concept, and I think, like, it's a legendary Grimm's Tale kind of story era, like fairy tale, but I don't remember this movie.
Yeah, it's like a cultural osmosis. I'm like, yeah, I think I've seen it. Have I seen it?
And then I tried, when that was on the list, I was like, I don't know it. So I guess not. So anyway, first time watch in any sort of real capacity, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yes, there's a new one coming out this year. Yes, it's live action. Yes, the dwarves are CGI.
This is very true.
That one, we'll watch that one next together.
I suppose it looks strange, but you know what? I'm willing to give it a chance.
I will try anything once, twice if I like it. You, if you like it, leave a like. You, if you enjoyed this reaction, comment below. Let's have a little discussion.
Also, ring that bell so you can get notified anytime a new video is coming out.
And we'd like to thank the fine folks at Prepper that prep all the videos coming out. They chop suey, the R-rated movies, the TVMA shows. They make it all YouTube palatable. This one might be their easiest edit yet because it is a deep 1920s or 40s or whatever G-rated movie, but they are appreciated very much. Much love, Prepper. If you want to watch this in its entirety, head on over to Patreon where you can watch this like you're sitting next to us on the couch. Queue up your own copy. I assume it's on Disney Plus, and then watch it alongside us. And there's also exclusive watch-alongs over there on Patreon where Greg and John watch stuff just for the patrons. Without further ado, let's count them dwarves. Can I say dwarves?
Yes, you can.
Because it's the title.
It's in the movie.
I don't know what word is now the word.
It's accurate because it's in the movie.
Okay, we're 7 of them and Snow White. Let's go. Think up with your old school.
Very
cool.
old.
I love it.
In Technicolor. Is that accurate? I don't know.
I think it actually is. I think you're right.
Okay.
High fidelity sound.
In
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Technicolor. Yes.
Adapted from Grimm's Fairy Tales. Called it.
Oh, okay.
I was obsessed with Grimm's Tales as a youth. Way darker than the Disney takes.
My sincere appreciation to my staff, whose loyalty and creativity endeavored and made this possible with this production. Wow.
Walt Disney with the thanks. Can't even imagine the amount of animators in a hand-drawn movie like this.
Oof. Oh, it took forever. Meryl
Damaris.
the only one that's left
Dick
is script.
Richard. His name was Richard. Dick Richard.
Or Dick.
It's a choice. Dick.
Yep. I already feel the
started
whimsy.
live action.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Didn't expect that.
I do. You're right. The whimsy's there. There lived a little princess named Snow White. Her vain and wicked stepmother, the queen, feared that someday Snow White's beauty would surpass her own, so she dressed the little princess in rags and forced her to work as a scullery maid.
Scullery. We don't hear that word enough.
Not enough.
Each day, the vain queen consulted her magic mirror, the magic mirror of the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? And as long as the mirror answered, you are the fairest one of them all, Snow White was safe from the queen's cruel jealousy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Beautiful.
Wow. Interesting. Just like the pulling on this flat image.
Yeah.
Wow.
Live in the magic mirror, come from the farthest space. Through wind and darkness I summon thee. Speak.
I don't think I've seen this movie before.
Does not look familiar except for imagery.
Right.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Famed is thy beauty, Majesty, but hold,
Oh,
a lovely maid I see.
today's the day.
Uh-oh.
Rags cannot hide her gentle grace. Alas, she is more fair than thee.
What?
Reveal her name.
Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow.
Snow White.
A pearl clutch without pearls.
Gasp.
Oh, it wasn't even pearls to clutch. Amulet clutch.
A pearlless clutch.
Singular.
Yes. Wow. It's so fascinating seeing how far animations come.
I just love the hand drawn like cherry blossoms, and like you can see what's gonna move. Like you can see which ones are animated. Like that dove just flickered.
I did not see that. Wow. The detailing on the rope.
Yeah, that's beautiful. The time and artistry and love that went into this.
Want to know a secret? Promise not to tell. We are standing by a wishing well.
Wow.
Make a wish into the well. That's all you have to do. And if you hear it echoing,
Sounds like a strange question, but do people sound like this anymore?
I don't think so.
It's like an octave I'd think of as a bygone sound.
Yeah, an octave and a tonality you don't really get today. Like the people who used to have like the transatlantic
Yeah.
accent.
I'm hoping
It's beautiful. It's so specific.
and I'm dreaming of.
Like what's her name from Bound and Chucky? That beautiful high voice.
Jennifer Tilly?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the closest I can think of.
Okay, I can definitely see it.
Harmonizing with your own echo is nicely done.
Yeah. That water looks real.
It's yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't run away.
Now that I've found you, hear what I have to say.
It's interesting how it just jumps right in. Like now that I've found you, like we assume he's been looking by him telling us, but there's no like lead up. Like it was the day of the fairest. It's the day he found her. Like it's interesting. Like movies nowadays, they would do a few days at the mirror.
Yeah.
Before, you know what I mean?
They would take their time with it. They're like,
Yeah.
no, we gotta go.
Like him hunting would have been a thing, I assume, because it seems like he has been.
Yeah, it would be a lead in. We take time with it.
Dude just joined the duet.
That has possessed me one love.
She's big mad. Queen is such a hater.
From her ivory tower.
Of one love only for you.
Even his singing is of a bygone time.
Yeah. It's like,
Dang.
like throat singing. Oh, little kisses from a
All
dove.
about the bird blushing.
Oh, that's how you get bird flu, bro. I don't think that's actually how, but could.
Maybe.
You will kill her.
But your majesty, the little princess.
Silence! You know the penalty if you fail.
Yes, your majesty.
How do you see that guy and go, Chris Hemsworth?
That's supposed to be Chris Hemsworth?
The Snow White and the Huntsman, I think, was Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, that's right.
Bring back her heart in this.
I have but one thought.
He's just over there in the corner, just watching.
Subtle. He's hidden the horse behind one tree.
He's subtle because he's not moving.
That's true. That's
He's-
true.
he's
Who,
like-
who
he's-
would notice such a thing?
He's like Drax in that way.
Yeah, you can't see him. Oh, poor little sad bird.
What's the matter? Where's your mom and Papa?
Aw.
I believe you're lost. Oh, please don't cry. Come on, prick up.
He should have had that haircut, Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, honestly, the Farquaad is a look.
Your mom and Papa can't be far. There they are.
I like to imagine the queen made him get that haircut so no one else would be compared to me.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Just out of pettiness.
I can't do it.
I don't understand.
She's mad, jealous of you. She'll stop at nothing.
But who?
The queen.
Queen.
Not with child. Run. Run away.
Hand drawn is so beautiful. The way her hair moves, the energy and the frame as it exits.
No, 100%. Yeah, it's such a specific style.
It feels so much more alive.
Definitely.
Like all of this texture and energy, like human beings doing a thing. It just had something.
For a second, like when it was first happening, it kind of reminded me of Rotoscope a little bit.
Sure.
But with exaggerated motions.
Cool.
Yeah,
This would be a great Disney ride,
definitely. I imagine it is. I haven't been to Disney in a long time, but
right? Wouldn't it? Must be. It's like the first.
yeah.
We're like 15 minutes in, and so many of my Disney friends make more sense. Like this explains a tone.
100%. Wow.
Cool.
Man, I'd be dizzy too if I were you.
Yeah, a lot of eyeball twirling.
I was gonna ask you those with the doors. There's way more eyes than
That's more than
a pair of seven. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the woodland creatures. They're gonna come like sing, or I don't know if they sing. Oh yeah,
Little rabbits. Little chipmunks too. Also, never seen Bambi.
I must like it's similar where like I know the lore, but like I don't have any actual. We should just do all the Disneys from the 30s, 40s, 50s.
I would be down.
That'd be fun. Let's see how this video does. Like, comment, share.
That's right.
This is great. I'm enjoying this. Like I would have been under 7 or 8, so like I don't have memories.
They're all gone.
I won't hurt you. I'm awfully sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
The database deemed these unnecessary.
You're out of storage. Delete Snow White and Bambi? Yes.
I'm so ashamed of the fuss I've made. What do you do when things go wrong?
I like to go and sing a song.
Oh, twittering, eh? Don't do it. Your life's worth living.
Leads
Stay off that
dangerous
site.
places. That makes me wonder if the Twitter bird was originally inspired by this bird.
I know birds talking is called twittering, but like it's definitely a blue bird here.
Yeah.
Life is just like a bright sunny day. Your cares fade away, and your heart is young.
They're like, yo, this girl's spitting.
It's almost 100 years old.
That's insane to think about.
Like, I was just thinking how different the world is, and like, I don't know if anyone's alive, or a lot of people are alive from this era.
Yeah. Very, very few, if there are.
Everything is in tune and in swing. Our life moves along.
Wow. This girl is like joy and optimism incarnate.
Really feel quite happy now. I'm sure I'll get along somehow.
That's all it takes.
Everything's going to be
Yeah.
all right.
She was scared, now she's chilling.
But I do need a place to sleep.
In my head canon, she just ate some nice fungus and she's just having a good old time in
It
the
is
woods.
a good day to be Snow White in the woods, talking to animals. Lots of interesting line work moving interestingly through the woods. Those sunbeams shining bright.
A lot of yawning.
A lot of yawning. Sometimes your stomach feels okay, sometimes it doesn't. You're right. Holy, yeah, dude. Even the movement, I'm like, wait a second.
That face? What was that? That
Her
was so
cleaning face
funny.
is serious. Oh, that raccoon, too.
Oh, man.
I like that the door is tiny as like foreshadowing of like the size of the folks.
Yeah. It's good.
Hello?
Like they would need a tall house.
May I come in?
I mean, you're already there.
You gotta bring the whole forest, but sure.
You got this, little guy. You just gotta be sneaky.
Making your way downtown.
What a cute little chair.
Me every time on IKEA. All day.
Every day.
7 little children.
No.
And from the look of this table, 7 untidy little children.
Who work in the mines?
It was a different time.
And a shoe. And just look at that fireplace.
Sexy shoe.
Dust.
Oh.
Cobwebs everywhere. My. What a pile of dirty dishes. And just look at that broom. mother would. Maybe they have no mother. Then they're orphans. That's too bad.
Oh,
Foreshadowing Bambi?
We'll clean the house and surprise them.
it's all canon.
Then maybe they'll let me stay.
Like, they cut to an orphan. Like, that's an interesting cut.
Yeah.
Now you wash the dishes,
The cinematic universe before.
you clean the fireplace, and I'll use the broom.
Okay, I'm trying to catch. I feel like she's mostly speaking in
I
rhymes.
think mostly, but not always.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you caught it too.
It's often enough. I'm wondering if it's right before a song or if it's just her conversation.
Okay.
Because it could lead into a song like it just did, but it also just might be her.
Yeah. I've been looking for it. That's nice and clean. That's how you do it.
No. Put them in the tub.
Do not want to eat off of
Deer lick
Deer Lick Place.
Much better.
Into the walls.
Oh? It's a six-legged spider.
Didn't have time to draw 8.
Nope.
Got to make moves.
Oh. Oh, those Mickey's? Nope, never mind. Those are the dwarves. Look like Mickey's overalls for a second.
Looking for Easter eggs.
Look for Easter eggs.
I was too with Bambi. I get it.
Gonna find them. Oh. Oh, it's too heavy for you. Oh. Oh, yes. That was an article of clothing.
Didn't see it. Now I see it. Disney, the first Disney.
How nice for her to just clean a stranger's house.
Like you just roll up, assume you're staying, clean it in case they come back.
In case they come back? Well,
She
your
did say
animal
they're
friends?
orphans, so she's like, I guess I'll be the maternal element.
Yeah. I'll be your new mom now.
In a mine, where a million diamonds shine.
It's interesting just watching how simple this movie is. I'm like, how do you adapt this for like modern times?
I'm really curious. And did they make the dwarves CGI so that the animals fit better?
Maybe.
Because of all everybody going in the house, like would it look weird?
That's a good question. Bum bum bum. I like the shining effect they did for the jewels. Very cool.
This was in the old Disney intros on the VHSs.
Really?
Yeah, like this song played before other Disney movies, I think.
Huh. Heigh-Ho. Oh,
Right?
yes. My nostalgia's
I've
activated.
seen that and heard this.
Yes. It's coming back to me now.
This feels familiar. I always thought it was off to work we go.
Huh.
I've been wrong. So they're leaving work.
Wow. The magic of subtitles.
Yep. And all these years later, the Disney intro rewritten.
I can see how you would think that,
Right?
though. It makes sense.
As a kid, like I was like, they're carrying work stuff.
Yeah.
Off to work they go.
Off the home we go. The home we go in that mine for.
Today at the office.
Just another day, but
9
like
to
your house
5.
was filthy.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe they're just dirty. They don't care.
They don't care.
And they're sooty because the mines. Maybe it gets dirty quick. I don't know.
They're city.
Will they address these questions?
Oh, what adorable little bears. And look, they have their names carved on them.
Doofy, Sneezy, Happy.
Doc, children. Grumpy, bashful, and sleepy.
And Craig.
Yeah, six adjectives and Doc. What did Doc do?
Aww. Oh, that's funny. The candle's a little hat. Dang, I heard taking all the beds.
Across 3 beds, they're so small. Animals just moved right in.
Yep.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, you got
Just
this little
making-
dude.
The day is long for him. Uh-oh.
Heigh-ho, heigh-ho, heigh-ho. It's home from work we go. Heigh-ho, it's home.
To work we go. Even he got music in him.
I like that they showed him happy about going back down the stairs. He's not disheartened easy, this turtle.
No. Ho, hi ho.
It's home from work we go. Heigh-ho.
Why is your lantern red?
Our house. The lit light. The light's lit.
The lit's light.
Jiminy crickets.
Easter egg?
References?
A goblin. A demon. Or a dragon. Mark my words. There's trouble a brewing. Coming all day. The corn's hurt. Gosh, that's a bad sign. What'll we do?
Yes, we'll squeak up, sneak up. Come on, man.
Follow me.
Is this the origin of the sneak?
It's real sneaky.
Wow. I like his little sneak attack.
Careful, man. Search every cook and nanny, hook and granny, crooked search everywhere.
Which one is he?
I don't know, but I like him. Oh.
Quiet.
You guys hunting rabbits?
Wascally Wums.
The floor. It's been swept. Our window's been washed. Gosh, our cobwebs are missing.
Why, the whole place is clean.
There's dirty work afoot.
Sink's empty.
The irony.
I could clean my whole place in a day.
The dirty one.
She's real good with the animals.
They ain't stole. They're hid in the cupboard.
My cup's been washed. Sugar's gone.
It's been licked clean by deers.
See, it's witch's brew.
Look what's happened to our stable, a table.
Flowers, goldenrod.
Don't do it. Take him away.
We found Sneezy.
Yeah.
I can't. Thanks.
Damn. That's powerful.
How is this going to translate?
You picked a sneeze.
Like with the live action, Rachel Zegler just walking around?
I have no idea.
I got it. It's coming.
No, I got it. Don't let go. Hold him tight. I'll tie it. Make a hard knot. There, that'll hold him.
Thanks.
Shh. Why, you fool. Want to get us all killed?
It's interesting that a movie in the 1930s could say a word like killed, but then there came a point in further animation that they couldn't say that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They added aggressive guidelines when, yeah. And this is G, not even PG, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what that's about.
Because I know PG-13 was like the 80s, but I think they had PG at this point.
It's up there. Yeah, in the bedroom.
One of us has got to go down, chase it up. Up, down.
I really want to know that guy's name. Is that supposed to be Doc?
Yeah, is Doc the one that mixes up language a lot.
Assume
This
they're
guy's
gonna-
Dopey.
Yeah, clearly.
We've met Sneezy.
That's Sleepy for sure.
Yeah, he's vibing.
Here, take it. Don't be nervous. Don't be afraid. We're right behind you.
Yes, right behind you.
I like the detailing of like the owl faces on the stairs on the side.
Oh, wow. Good catch. I mean, that's when it's hand drawn, right? Everything has to be. Otherwise, it could either be blank or you can actually doodle something.
Yeah.
Like the bunny in the framework here. Like you would have the mat and then like the things you draw on top of it, I'd imagine. So like that'd be a stationary base and then you pan the camera over it.
Yeah, allows there to be a depth within the image.
Here it comes.
I like that it's scary to him, but obviously not scary to the audience so kids can watch it.
Yeah.
Like we know what the ghost is.
Yeah, because we have insight, it makes it funny.
Yeah, and kids would be able to handle the slapstick and not be afraid.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Here it comes. Now's our chance. Get it now. Give it to him.
Poor Dopey.
Oh.
Hold on there. It's only Dopey.
Did you see it? Was it a dragon? Has it got horns? Was it breathing fire? Was it drooling? What was it doing?
He says it's a monster asleep in our bed.
Hurry, men. It's now or never. Off with his head. Break his bones. Chop it to pieces. We'll kill it dead.
Violent.
Murderous intent.
They've given us like 15 minutes of pure Snow White and almost that long with the dwarves separately now. It's interesting giving us like two sets of stories coming together.
Yeah, thus far this movie's like we're almost an hour in. It's like fairly like light on the conflict side.
Yeah.
Jiminy crickets. Gosh, gee, what a buster. Covers 3 beds.
Well, I guess this is kind of like conflict for them.
Or it wakes up.
That someone's in their home.
And the looming conflict of the
queen.
Yeah, stepmother.
What is it? It's a girl. She's a female. And all females is poison. They're full of wicked wild.
Said Andrew Tate.
I was going to be like, YouTube commentator? Specificity. He watched this too much as a kid.
He's like, I resonate with that guy.
Yeah, I get it.
Look out. She's moving. She's waking up. What do we do? Hi.
Oh, dear. I wonder if the children are... Oh! Why, you're little man. How do you do?
How do you do what?
Oh, you can talk. I'm so glad.
It's interesting that the dwarves look like they were drawn, but she looked like she was based on a person.
Now, don't tell me who you are. Let me guess. You're Doc.
Why, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But I wonder, they feel more animated in their own way.
Yeah, they look more traditionally cartoony, so to speak.
Yeah.
You're bashful.
Me in the streets.
Gosh.
Oh, gosh.
And this is Dopey. He don't talk none.
You mean he can't talk?
He don't know. He never tried.
Grumpy.
You must be grumpy.
Ask her who she is and what she's doing here.
Yeah, what are you and who are you doing?
Did they say he was Doc?
Who are you, my dear?
I assumed he was.
Yeah.
I don't think they revealed, and I think she gave everyone
Just
else a
names.
very specific, yeah.
Please don't send me away. If you do, she'll kill me. My stepmother, the queen.
If the queen finds her here, she'll swoop down and wreak her vengeance on us.
And if you let me stay, I'll keep house for you. I'll wash, sew, sweep, cook.
Cook? Can you make dapple dumplings? Lumpo dumplings?
Apple dumplings.
Yes.
Yes, and plum pudding and gooseberry pie.
Gooseberry.
We don't make those foods anymore.
Nope, I ain't never even
I don't
heard
know
of
what
that.
these foods are. They're describing.
Apple dumplings.
That's the closest to sounding possible. Gooseberry pie.
I don't even know if I want to know what that is.
Yeah, I'm like, 100 years ago, I guess? Foods changed a lot.
What is a gooseberry? Also, another tell is from an older time. The mustacheless beard was like big back in the day.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Supper's not quite ready. You'll just have time to wash.
Wash?
I feel like Grimm's Tales were set, I think it was like Europe, like Germany.
Okay.
So maybe that's why we don't know the food.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, perhaps you have washed.
Perhaps we... Yes. Perhaps we have.
Teaching kids to wash their hands.
Let me see your hand.
You said yes, Mommy.
Oh, it is Doc, confirmed.
Yes.
We might have missed it when they were naming them.
Yeah.
March straight outside and wash, or you'll not get a bite to eat.
Okay. Oh, Dopey.
He's doing his best.
He's trying.
Gosh, it's wet.
It's cold, too.
Me trying to do an ice plunge. Same device.
It's wet.
Cold.
Come on now, man. Oh, hard to scrub.
Hey, you get in the tub? You have to wash where it doesn't show.
It's like legit teaching kids to wash their hands.
Yeah. Okay, just about good lessons. Yeah. Alrighty.
Scoop up the water and rub it on your face and go.
That's how I wash my face.
Get your hands full of water. You snort and you snuff and go. You may be cold and wet when you're done.
Even flies getting clean.
Flash all you like. Ain't any trick. As soon as you're through, you'll feel mighty slick.
But hand washing was really trendy in 1937.
I don't think we had a lot of medicine. Sanitation was very important.
No. We keep these people
You gotta
clean.
keep them alive. 1930s?
We gotta make washing your hands fun.
Yeah.
Whoa. A little freaky.
I'd like to see anybody make me wash if it isn't water.
They want to eat?
Get him.
Hey, look out! Go on it!
Get him over to the tub. Get him over to the tub.
Come on, man. They're just trying to get you fresh and fit.
That's how you deal with a grumpy.
Get up. Get the soap.
It's all that dirt making you grumpy.
Study, man. We'll get you.
I feel you.
Been there.
Yep.
Big fan of soap going liquid. It's been helpful. Oh no!
I felt that. Oh my gosh.
Dopey's just having his own time half the movie.
Come on, bro. We gotta eat. Just hold your nose for 10 seconds and drink some water. You'll be all right.
Is that the trick?
Yeah.
I always try to laugh. Oh, and my diaphragm's in control again because it's your diaphragm spasming.
Huh.
So if you get like an authentic laugh, you can get to regulate.
I've never tried that one before.
It's usually my go-to. Or get someone to scare me. So I shock.
Okay. But if you're ready for it, wouldn't it be harder?
Oh, you got to tell someone you trust.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes a while. You got to stay and just get that jump scare in you.
Man.
I hate the hiccups.
Same. The water method, though. Quick.
All right. It's probably easier than trying to get somebody to scare you.
Yeah.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who now is the fairest one of all?
Over the 7 jeweled hills, Snow White, fairest one of all.
So the mirror's a narc. And frankly, it's the source of the conflict.
Just feed her ego and you'll be fine.
Say a lie, mirror.
Snow White lies dead in the forest. Behold her heart.
Snow White still lives. Is the heart of a pig you hold in your hand.
Ooh.
Heart of a pig, and I've been tricked.
Huntsman. Oh, the rings on the tail's an interesting detail for the rats.
Yeah, really, like, their strongly detailed foreground, but then the stairs are watercolor. That's really cool to give depth.
Yeah, the skeleton right there in the back there.
To show she's not to be trifled with. I love this production design, for lack of a better term.
No, the detailing is really interesting. Like the even though it's a still image, the set does feel alive and lived in.
And like the way the crow's feathers have like an inkiness compared to the light and fluffy animals.
Good. Yeah, that's a good point.
Now, a formula to transform my beauty.
So the tetheredness of the pages is also good detail.
Mm-hmm.
Mummy dust to make me old.
And that's another benefit of hand drawn. Like you have to draw this. So
Right.
Adding detail is part of the
Black of night.
Part of the process.
Yeah.
Also, she said mummy dust is one of the ingredients.
Everybody's got that mummy dust.
To age my voice, eggs cackle.
Drip, 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 drip.
To whiten my hair, a scream of fright. A blast of wind to fan my head.
This witch.
Which, please?
Now begin thy magic spell.
The steel hand with the
Yeah,
moving.
that's a great shot. POV and reflection with still in movement.
Yeah. Snow White, the originator.
Doing it. Oh.
Wow. I imagine this was really freaky for kids. This
Yeah.
part,
All the flashing lights and the grotesque movement. Yeah.
transforming of the hands. Yeah, it must have been terrifying.
Oh, she got Eastwood.
Yeah.
Perfect disguise.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
A special sort of death for one so fair. Ah!
Ha. That was a nice pairing.
One taste of the poisoned apple, and the victim's eyes will close forever in the sleeping den.
I like the whole conflict. She's a hater because she's prettier than her.
So it's, the whole root of the movie. I can't be second prettiest. She claps like Nicole Kidman.
Yay, yay.
मैं भी नाचा मेरे को दो
Not a lot of yodeling in today's society. You gotta bring back the yodel.
Do. Wow.
That's a skill. Grumpy's got work. All right.
You see, I washed them both today, and I can't do nothing with them.
Hey, 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 hey. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wow. He may be grumpy, but them cheeks ain't.
He's getting it. You know what's cool is there's not a lot of repeated animation.
Not
like
a lot
the
of repeated.
sequences are new. Like they didn't just show him playing the same.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
different, and it's all hand drawn. So it's impressive they don't repeat anything for the sake of.
That's a good call. That's a very good point. No shortcuts.
Yeah, I mean even modern animation. Sometimes you'll see a sequence again.
Bless you.
Now I'm Sneezy.
Oh, no. Okay. Germany.
I think it is. The old German yodel.
Yep. Hey. You see, like, even the way her style of moving compared to their style of moving just feels different.
Yeah. But it's not on different frames because they wouldn't have had the technology yet.
Okay.
Because they're literally like filming pages, I think.
Really?
One drawing.
Huh. Makes me
Because
curious.
you have the background that stays stationary, and then I think you just go through that. I mean, I don't know, but so you wouldn't be able to do different frame rates because that's all scanning, and they don't have the computers 100 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, the way you're saying it makes sense. I would love to know more about the process back then and the evolution of animation. Well, their heads are really big compared to hers.
I was just thinking, I've always seen images of Dopey and thought he was a child, but I think he's as old as them.
Yeah.
Because he's a big...
He's a grown man.
Yeah, just simple. Also, for a hand-drawn movie, they've given us like a 5-minute musical break.
Yeah.
Like, they'd have to draw and play all this. This isn't actors on set. This is drawing a music set piece.
Yeah, I wonder how long this movie took to make.
Can't even imagine. Years. And I can't imagine how expensive it was.
Yeah. Don't do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just a sneezy guy.
That was fun.
Now you do something.
Well, what shall I do?
Remember there was a prince in this movie?
Oh, yeah, that guy. Remember there was a huntsman?
Oh, yeah.
Once there was a princess, and she fell in love.
Was it hard to do?
It was very easy. Anyone could see that the prince was charming.
Oh, he's back, at least in narrative.
Yeah.
Was he strong and handsome?
Was he big and tall?
There's nobody like him anywhere at all.
Okay, just breaking a song now that she's rhymed.
Uh-oh. I think he's here.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's the lines leading up to the song.
Yeah. Okay.
Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet.
Oh. Oh, Disney's setting up romantic expectations one movie at a time.
I mean, she cleans, she cooks, she dusts, she vacuums, she sings.
If she does all that, her prince will come.
Tricky bar set.
1937.
You let the. What if she's just a good, kind-hearted, intelligent woman?
Eat some good grass, man.
What was in that stew?
The placement of that clock gives me questions.
Also, yeah, a lot of questions.
We'll sleep in our bed upstairs.
Where will you sleep?
Oh, we'll be quite comfortable down here in
a pig's eye.
In a pig's eye, a sty. No.
He said to trick him into saying,
Now, don't you worry about us.
We'll be all right, ma'am.
Go right on up.
Sneak. Not so dopey now with the only pillow.
You're sure you'll be comfortable?
Oh, yes. Very comfortable.
Pleasant dreams.
It's also like we live in a much more cynical world. I don't know if we'll buy like some of the moments in a modern movie, like them just being kind and like then the fighting obviously is the reaction, like they're nice to her, but will that be palatable in 2025?
That's a good question. That's a very
Also,
good point
she
to bring
treats
up.
them like kids and like they're old men, and is that gonna make it weird in live action? Because like the story is like her being the maternal, like the matriarch of the house, but like will that work when they're old men that look like old men versus a drawing?
Right.
Maybe that's why they're animated. A lot of questions.
Yeah, kind of that. The
Slight suspension disbelief, because it'd be weird if some lady just shows up and starts bossing around a bunch of dudes.
Just a bunch of old dudes.
You're like, I guess we'll listen.
Women.
This dude is. Who hurt you, bro?
Yeah, man. Wow. What happened? I love an old animation. You can see what's gonna like be the moving. Like you see the frame around it is watercolor looking, and then these are the things that'll move. So it's like different shading.
Yeah.
Like even like the water. I just love old animation. How it's like you can see what's the layer on top.
Yeah, the blending of the animation with the still image is really cool.
Yeah, the water does look like it's crazy. They're able to do that.
Yeah, very impressive. I wonder how.
Animators in the comments, how does water 100 years ago look so good?
Let the sleeping death seep through.
Ugh. The slime.
Woo!
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool
Yeah.
detail.
On the skin, the symbol of what lies within.
That's such a cool image. I wonder why no one's made that like a shirt or something.
Yeah. Like the skull apple iconography. I'm sure it is. We just haven't seen it. But yeah, it's really cool.
You think it'd be more popular though?
Have a bite?
That candy apple.
No, don't trust these red apples. I was eating a red apple before we started filming.
I see it.
It's here. It's real.
Is he gonna make it to the end?
When she breaks the tender peel to taste the apple in my hand, breath will still, her blood congeal. Then I'll be fairest in the land.
There's room for both of you to be fair.
There may be an antidote. Nothing must be overlooked. Oh,
Oh, a Disney movie acknowledging an antidote. Like, I like that they're calling out, like, oh, there's a thing that might ruin my plan, as opposed to, like, later a bit like a Deus Ex Machina of, like, oh, my plan's ruined. I didn't read that page.
Yeah.
Like, they're putting it right at the top.
the dwarfs will think she's dead. She'll be buried alive.
Okay, and that's a flat image of the
The
skull.
skull that's not in anymore. What a cold-hearted plan. Buried alive, the sleeping death.
Buried alive.
She is stoked
But
on
that
this plan.
skull is animated.
Yeah,
okay,
is he
the
gonna move?
skeleton.
He's got to
Yeah.
move.
Thirsty.
Wow. Another six-legged spider.
Great looking water again.
Yeah, it's really impressive. The reflection, the flame flickering, and then the current.
Now, don't forget, my dear, the old queen's a sly one, full of witchcraft, so beware the strangers.
Don't worry.
His glasses don't make sense.
He sees over them, and they're beside his eyes.
They're way over here.
You're not wrong. It's looking over the bridge of them, and they're over here.
Awful careful, because if anything had happened to you,
Goodbye.
Oh, gosh.
That's me. Oh gosh.
Little ear wiggle. Oh.
Oh yeah, you know you want it. You know you want her to go.
Oh, it is Off to Work We Go.
Oh, okay.
So they sing it to and fro.
Look at you rhyming. Was you did that on purpose?
I didn't know. I'm so happy.
Why, Grumpy, you do care.
You said they did it. It is Off to Work They Go. They did it to and fro.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I need to break in a song because that's what happens. You accidental bars, then you break in a song. Yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't Mandela affected. I heard it and remembered it. All Grumpy broke.
He did.
Oh, got
no.
caught.
No, I have to lock in. I have to stay strong.
The little man will be away, and she'll be alone with a harmless old peddler.
Oh, these vultures look awesome.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon. She sang this earlier, right?
She
It's like
did.
a reprise.
Yeah.
Oh, pie.
Ooh, what kind of pie that? What's in there? Saw some peas or something.
Maybe a little shepherd's pie.
Hey, yeah, could be. Ah, that's how they do it.
That's how they score. I didn't know. I always needed birds to score a pie.
No, they're Grumpy. She gonna win his heart. It's okay, Grumpy. Not every woman's Rebecca.
Whoa.
Oh, that's freaky.
All alone, my pet. The little men are not here.
No, they're not.
Don't talk to strangers, Snow White.
Making pies.
Yes, gooseberry pie.
I don't know, Gooseberry.
It's apple pies that make the men folks' mouths water.
Oh, they do look delicious.
Yes, but wait till you taste one.
You know, I just realized they've never actually called them dwarves in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just call them little men. Yeah. Don't do it, Snow.
Yeah, birds.
Yeah, get her.
Shame on you, frightening the poor old lady. I'm sorry.
My heart, take me into the house and let me rest.
Witches be tripping. Attack, woodland creatures.
Get her.
They have only just arrived at the mines. Great callback.
Get away! Get away!
He's just sleeping in there. That's funny.
This is no ordinary apple. It's a magic wishing apple. One bite and all your dreams will come true.
They animated her so scary.
Maybe the old queen's got Snow White.
The queen! Snow White!
Yo, he's onto something.
What a crazy leap of logic.
Go, 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 go.
There must be something your little heart desires.
There is someone.
I thought so.
I'm also curious if the voice actors is the same for the old witch versus the queen.
Yeah.
I wish.
Interesting.
That's it. Go on.
Yeah, I imagine this. She terrified kids in the 1930s.
Oh man. The Bible was a apple, right?
Oh yeah. From the tree of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the snake.
So apple's always been a thing. Love apples.
Same.
I feel strange.
Her breath will still.
I don't like this.
Wow. She's off screen dying and she's just, this is terrifying.
Dang.
Cold blooded.
That's crazy.
What a villain. Murder her.
Get that witch. He's like, I gotta go.
Oh. Yeah, protect her.
Somebody stop that ugly old lady. Damn, she moved fast for an old lady.
That's beautiful. The animation on the rocks, the water.
Yeah, the detail of them falling off of the rocks. Very cool.
I'm trapped. Oh, what do I do?
Oh, they weren't circling Snow White. Nightmare fuel.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
That's how we doing it. Oh. Oh my. Yeah.
I like that they're not responsible, but man.
They're just there.
Woo.
Oh, they were waiting on their framing their downfall.
We
It's
thought
time
they
to-
were waiting on Snow White. Nah, they knew.
No, it's time to eat.
I feel like the Snow White movie's going to do well.
I don't know how they're going to adapt this, man.
I have no idea. I'm actually so glad we watched this so I can be like, what? Leading up to the that release when we cover it, because I have no idea.
I imagine they're going to
the
expand
candles
on a lot of
crying
things.
too.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I mean, how do you make it a feature-length live action? There's so much weird.
Yeah, imagine the stuff with the Huntsman is going to be expanded.
Not Chris Hemsworth. They made
Not
2 of
Chris
those.
Yeah.
All right,
Based on that
audience,
one guy in
do you
that one
guys
scene.
see that one scene that looks nothing like Chris Hemsworth, like paunchy dude? Audience, if you want us to continue our Snow White saga and the Huntsman films, let us know in the comments below.
Oh, I'd be down.
We do all 4. We go on a Huntsman, we do Snow White, Huntsman 2, Snow White with Rachel Zegler.
Yes.
This must have been so crazy.
So beautiful, even in death, that the dwarves could not find it in their hearts to bury her. They fashioned a coffin of glass and gold and kept eternal vigil
Like a
by
watch
her
over her?
side. Oh, got it.
The prince who had searched far and wide heard of the maiden who slept in the glassed coffin. Oh, her name's in the coffin.
Aw,
Snow
wow.
White carved in.
It's a good detail.
Just went in for it. No,
Yep.
just assumed that would be okay. Oh. Chorus is beautiful too.
Yeah.
There's a spirit, there's a magic to it. There really is something in it. This must have been mind blowing to see 100 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Bye, Grumpy.
Oh, not so grumpy now.
She's not kissing you, bro. She's not going to kiss your lips. Oh, and they lived happily ever after.
Pretty cute.
Very cute.
I get it. That was special. That was really like, there was a lot of wonder, a lot of awe.
Oh, it's the castle, the Disney castle. I had no idea it was from Snow White. Wow.
Oh, that makes sense. The first movie, the castle, like that would be the foundation of like their brand.
Yeah.
From just a business standpoint.
Yeah. Wow.
We just saw the origin of an empire. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know either.
Wild.
Inglorious Technicolor. RKO Radio Pictures.
The Huntsman was in one scene.
One scene. What it like if
inspired a franchise.
Like, yeah, if you look at people are always like, oh, who asked for this C-list comic character? The Huntsman got a sequel. That's crazy. That's how I discovered Halsey.
Really?
Those Huntsman movies. The Castle song that was in all the Huntsman trailers. I was like, oh, this is great. And then I was like, I'm gonna buy all these Halsey music. And I'm like, I love, like, she's one of my favorite artists now.
Oh wow!
Because of the Huntsman movie. I think Castle was like in the first trailer for the first Huntsman, and I was like, she's got a great voice. And like ever since, Halsey.
Wow, that's a very specific way to access her.
That's what I think of when I see a Huntsman. I go, Halsey's great.
That's wild. I don't even remember the trailer for that movie. That's insane.
Reject Nation, like many of you, I'm assuming, I didn't come from what you would call a strong financial background. My family did lose their home, grew up constantly hearing that we were poor. So when it comes to money and investing, I've never felt confident. Yet my entire life, people were like, you have to invest, you have to invest. But outside of a couple of areas, there's honestly very little I tend to understand about finances. Genuinely, that's why I love our sponsor for this video, because I was using them before they were a sponsor. ACORNS. They make investing stupid simple. I can set aside a little bit of money, watch it grow over time, and actually build a safety net without feeling overwhelmed by the process. Here's just a few reasons why it's so valuable. You set it and forget it. Your money just grows in the background. No stress, no guesswork. ACORNS recommends an expert-built portfolio tailored to your needs. Small steps truly do add up to major differences. Tiny investments can turn into something much bigger for your future. So yes, I've been using ACORNS for a while now, and it has made investing feel effortless. It's a simple way to start, even if you don't know much about finance like myself. And I love knowing that every little action I take now is setting up future Greg for success. And you guys can feel the same way too. So you can start investing today. You can head to acorns.com/rejects or download the ACORNS app to start saving and investing for your future. And from ACORNS, mighty oaks do grow, so grow your oak. Because we're talking about money, I do got to mention, paid no client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote ACORNS. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. ACORNS Advisor LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/rejects. Thank you again, ACORNS, for sponsoring this video. Reject Nation, fun fact. Fantasy football is now a part of my life. Why? Because my wife and her friends are obsessed with it. So I'm constantly hearing about things I never heard about before, like who's getting benched, who's a sleeper pick, and why someone's entire weekend was ruined over a bad play. And at this point, I figured, might as well support my wife the extra mile and get in there myself. And that's why I want to thank Prize Picks. And my wife will tell you I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to stuff like this, but Prize Picks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports. No complicated drafts, no long-term commitments. You just pick 2 to 6 players, decide if they'll get more or less, then their stat projections, like passing yards, points, or rebounds, sports terms. And if you get it right, you win. It's that easy. And it's quick. You can make your picks in under a minute, way less stressful than managing a full fantasy team. And you don't need to be a hardcore sports fan either. Believe me, you don't. Whether you casually follow games or go full deep dive mode, it's fun either way. And the flex play. Flex play means you can still win even if you miss one pick. So it's not all or nothing. And here's the best part. Prize Picks is available in most states, including this lovely state, California, Texas, Georgia. So it's so easy to jump in. So it'll be an amazing thing for yourself and to support the channel as well. You could download the Prize Picks app today, use code REJECTS, and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even have to win to get the bonus. Prize Picks, people. Run your game.
Well, if you guys are listening on Spotify, this is your review for not The Huntsman or Halsey. We just watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs on Disney Plus for the very first time.
Very first time?
1937.
Wow. So old.
Crazy.
So classic.
In 12 years, that is 100 years old. This movie is 88 years old.
Oof.
I personally got a lot of wonder and magic, and I get my Disney friends a little more now. Like I know, and I will not even pretend, I know I must have seen this as a child. I can picture the VHS in its clamshell case amongst my like Lion King, Aladdin, and the ones I do remember. It was with it. But I don't remember this. I don't remember Bambi. I don't really remember Fantasia. I vaguely remember Pinocchio, but only because I like love the Pinocchio myth in other forms. So like this was really cool because this not only started it, but this is such an iconic story, but I still didn't know a lot. Like I got to kind of like rediscover it because it had been 30 plus years. Personally, I really think the simplicity of it's wonderful. I think, you know, the first feature film being such a powerful love story is really great. I think it's great that people have this iconography and like the Prince Charming idea. All that's really like obviously it inspired so many stories like it. But overall, like production design was great. The character design was great. The voice acting is so specific and wonderful. Just like it's got a sense of awe and opulence and specialness to it.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. It's definitely one of those films. It even says the greatest animated film of all time. And I can see how this is like sort of the inception point for all of these other animated things we've come after the fact. Yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. Oh, there's also a lot of other animated films.
I feel like what's the one that she
one.
turns into a dragon?
Is that Sleeping Beauty?
Oh yeah, because she sleeps in this one too. I think I got this and Sleeping Beauty. Like I remember the imagery of the dragon, so I kept thinking that old lady's gonna turn into a dragon.
I've never seen Sleeping Beauty either, so I'm like,
because I think in my head as a kid, you're not gonna like distinction, and I probably saw them when I was like 4.
Yeah.
So like I thought she went to sleep. Suddenly a dragon's there. Like so at the end when it was over, I was like, "There's no dragon."
That's a logical conclusion. Old lady the dragon.
Twice in how many movies the princess falls asleep?
Yeah, that was their thing back in the day.
I just thought dragons were coming.
I didn't realize.
I thought it was foreshadowing when the dwarves were like, "Yo, is there a dragon in the house?"
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm out here waiting for a dragon.
I don't.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, maybe I need to be watching these classics.
If this
I have
does
no
well,
memory of
guys,
them.
I would love. I also am a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland, the book.
Oh.
Big old fan of like that kind of like psychedelic meets moral compass story. So I would love to do Alice in Wonderland. So
I would also love to do Alice in Wonderland. I don't think I've ever seen the original. I might have seen the Tim Burton one, but I don't remember. I remember vague images of Johnny Depp. But to talk about this movie,
sorry, I got distracted by a not dragon.
No, it was a lot of fun. And what surprised me the most about it is one, even though it's almost 100 years old, the animation still looks amazing. It still looks beautiful.
Better than a lot of today.
And I was really impressed by their technique of using flat images on top of like moving things. I was like, okay, this is different. The different animation styles they employed to execute that.
No computers.
No computers, all hand.
But even like think about the process of like hand drawn without a computer to process it.
I can't even imagine.
Like it's so impressive.
When did I'm trying to remember when film first started. Maybe that was like the 1920s. I don't know. But to talk about this one some more, I think that it would also surprise me just the simplicity of the story. It's just like, oh, she's a good chick who's there, and then the queen hates her, and she goes off, cleans some doors' house, they love her, and then the queen comes to try to kill her, and the rock falls on her, and then she gets the prince. I'm like, okay, I'm with it. You know, it didn't need to be complicated. It was just about the vibe. It was about the music, about the whimsy of it, and it just kind of exists in this magical area, and it had lessons for kids about washing your hands, cleaning your house, finding love, cooking. I'm like, this is just classic, just life stuff. I want apple dumplings.
I want to know what they
apples. I want to know what they are. I want to know what was
you
it?
got an apple
Gooseberry?
dumpling recepe? Leave it in the comments.
Yeah,
gooseberry. What is it?
What is a gooseberry pie? Do you have a recipe? Let us know in the comments. I would love to try it. I'll give me the recipe. I'll make it myself. But yeah, I think this was something that I'm happy that I've now experienced, and I'm very, very curious to see how they're going to adapt this. Are they going to go more with like the Grimm original tale?
Yeah.
Is that one more expansive? Are they going to just like expand upon what their version of it is, and in which ways are they going to do that? Like, is the Huntsman still going to have that haircut?
Yeah, big question. Big question.
I know Gal Gadot is playing the queen, and she's a little bit of a hater. Well, that's just the nature of the queen in this story. Yeah, I don't know.
It's simple, so it's hard to really like review.
Right.
But you can see how this inspired 100 years worth of adaptations. You can see how this inspired countless animated movies, some which have dragons and sleeping people. But you can see how this is the foundation and the platform that so many things are built off of. And to the point that I was thinking about halfway through, it's insane that an hour-and-a-half movie started something that has led to a company that owns like half of all IP.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy that in 88 years, they went from, you know, they had Steamboat Willie, they had these characters, they made an animated movie, and in 88 years, that has become the studio that has everything. And it's just so incredible that the power of storytelling can cause, if you know, navigate the world changing, you can make an empire out of it where there's theme parks and there's merch and there's all these things. And I was a huge Disney kid growing up. And I think that's why it's interesting. I don't remember some of them because some of them I do remember. Like I was the exact right age for Lion King. I was the exact right age for Aladdin. Like I was obsessed with Aladdin. I dressed like Aladdin for birthdays because it wasn't just Halloween for me. It was birthdays. Like I loved that era. But I think I watched these all when I was young because like they would have to a kid that was in the early 90s been like, oh, that old thing. So like I don't think I attached to them. So now it's really cool considering myself a Disney kid of that era, like from Lion King to Emperor's New Groove. Like that was my spot. But like Tarzan and all that in the middle, like those were dope. But I wouldn't have connected to these because these would have been like kid stuff, like or like, you know, they're old movies. So it's really cool to watch them now as an adult. Like I've hit the age where I had an interesting experience with, and this is going to be a tangent that's going to confuse many of you. I had an interesting experience with Boys in the Hood, where I am at an age now where I think of movies as I can't wait to watch this with my kids. And Boys in the Hood was an interesting thing where I was thinking of it like this is a world that is something I'm so glad there's a film of to be aware of. This is kind of the opposite where I want my kids to be in these movies growing up more than maybe modern ones.
For sure.
Like, I think I'd rather raise my kids on movies that are paced like the 30s movies so they don't have the attention problems that I think a lot of kids now and following will. So like raising kids on like 90s and earlier stuff was already the plan. Like I was already thinking like I'm going to get some VHS tapes and play them the shows I watched at certain ages. Like I'm already planning on raising my kids as like a millennial. Like I'm going to raise them on my stuff because I do think like the certain editing and all this like craziness is affecting how we perceive patience. And I think even better is like go back to the 30s. Like I want to show them these movies. And I think it's going to be really cool to like rediscover them for me selfishly. Like I didn't remember this. It's going to be dope to eventually get so sick that I never want to hear this again. But for now, I got to see it for the first time effectively as an adult. And that was really special.
Yeah, like it goes into how we process information, how we process these older films. And yeah, I think that's really cool. And there is definitely a different sort of pacing to that we definitely don't have today. And it's the comedy feels more organic. It feels more I like the slapstick silliness of it.
That's why I love Paddington so much, dude. It's time.
Yeah, I need to watch those. But I also another thing I really liked about this movie was how distinct each of their personalities were.
Yeah,
because I felt like
by name and duck.
But yeah, but the comedy felt very organic, and still 100 years later, it still works to great degrees. And watching the different styles of animation kind of playing with one another. But yeah, I would want to show this to my kids as well, because I think that's important to show like the level of imagination. I feel like stuff like this really inspires the possibilities of what can be done, where imagination can go.
I'm so glad I was raised on Disney movies. Like I had the mugs. Like I was obsessed with Disney mugs. We'd always like, every morning. I come from a family that's very family. Like there was no phones at the dinner table ever. We'd have conversation. There was no TV. We'd talk over dinner and then we'd watch a movie. Like it'd be like dinner and a movie was like a 3-hour experience. We'd talk for an hour about our week, about our day, about our life, and then we'd watch a movie and then we'd talk about the movie after.
I love that.
Like that was how I was raised, but that made it so I was in love with the movie. So we'd wake up and we'd have they'd have coffee, I'd have juice, whatever, but we'd always like get to pick our mugs. And so like there'd be like me and my 10 years younger brother and sister, and I got to grow up to where like when I was 10 they were born, and I'd get to see their cycle of like, oh, I want that mug, I want that mug. So I have like multiple generations of endearing to certain movies, and even the iconography sticks. So now, as I'm 36, it's really cool to hit another wave of appreciation for this stuff. So that I'm saying all that to say like it's that timeless, and how cool is that? Like what you're saying, my own personal experience is like this is a brand new thing again.
Yeah, we don't really. I love that your family did that. We don't really. People don't do that.
No,
anymore.
we don't. We literally now we do dinner and like we will watch a movie after, and then we'll have like dessert and talk about it. Like still to this day, like we've still kept. Sometimes we'll eat if it's like a snack and watch a movie, but I think it's really tricky. Like when you don't taste the food, 2, you don't pace yourself, 3, you're distracted from the movie and your food. So it's always been really important to me to have art be experienced and food be experienced, and I think that's lost to scale more and more. And that's something I really want to instill is like separation of church and state, but like spend time with people and share art with people. It shouldn't always. Sometimes do both, like when you're out of time. But I think it's I have so many fond memories of conversations around art because of that, and I think that's rare.
Yeah, it's super rare, and man, I freaking love that, man. Are you going to continue that with your kids?
100%. I look forward to. I had TV time growing up, and I know I'm going to have to implement like phone time, like separating, how much time they spend on certain devices and screens and stuff. But my house rule was I had like say 2 hours, and that meant if I played video games, then we didn't get to watch a movie as a family because that was 2 hours of TV time and movies an hour and a half. It taught me how to rationalize and ration time. But it made me really appreciate movies with my family because I was willing to sacrifice my own independent time because I wanted to watch it with them. And I think that's because of the conversation. I think it's because of the world building. Because even as a kid, I was like, oh, this gets me more time. Like, because it was like, oh, we get to talk about it after we get to. So, like, it made me not want to live in front of the video games. Like, I gamed a lot, but it made me, like, ration out. So I think that's how I'll keep my kids off the phones of, like, hey, if we're going to watch a movie, know this. And I want to bring that in.
Interesting. So the way you were raised kind of forged you to be more extroverted because it encouraged you to
conversation.
talk more.
And now I do that for like I do what I do for a living singularly because of my parents, because of stuff like this.
Wow.
Like I wouldn't have never considered this if like, you know what I mean? We all made this job up.
Right.
When I do my taxes, I'm just like, sorry. Like I don't know what to tell the lady I do. I'm just like, I got these 1099.
Yeah, these things. Yeah.
But like that's I think came from that. Like were you raised with these, like obviously not this one, but like Disney movies and stuff like this? Was that part of the community element of your family, or what was it?
A little bit. I definitely have memories of having like Peter Pan and Fantasia on tape and whatnot. Okay. But yeah, I have like, I want to be so real. I have like pretty big memory gaps from my childhood. So I'm like, did I do these things? I don't know. Like, I only remember like if I see like videos or tapes of myself. So maybe I need to go to therapy and access some of that.
I think, and no, it'd be good to do just in general. It might be fun.
Yeah.
But I think what keeps me remembering is iconography. Like with seeing the glass coffin, I never would have noticed the Snow White if I wasn't watching it. But like that image reminded me of a mug. So like I think keeping images fresh helps keep those pathways open. So I remember slightly more because I've like seen that image. Okay. So like, I love going to vintage stores and thrift stores now, and I used to hate it as a kid. But now I love going and looking at VHSs because I won't just remember the movie. I'll remember the first time I watched it. I'll remember who I watched it with. I'll remember a meal. I'll remember when I see art, whether it's a box for a movie or it's a painting, I tie it to my entire experience of that. My brain sears the image. So that's really helped me like have more memories because I can attach it to stuff. And then if you remind yourself, if you get like a refresher, it's like opening a tab on a computer, like I always have. So Disney movies, especially since I grew up with them, like the Disney store was my favorite store until I was like 9.
My God,
so like all of these images are like giving me memories.
Right. Did you know if you have like Snow White memorabilia like at home?
I know I had Aladdin. I loved that monkey, dude. That monkey's shit.
It was Abu?
Yeah, Abu was like a little vest, a little fez, dude. I was all about. And like the genie meant a lot to me. So like I had Aladdin dolls because I remember my friends made fun of me for having dolls because like only girls played with Barbies, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. And like I made them play with my Spider-Man action figure. So I was like, look, Aladdin's 9 inches tall, Spider-Man's 5 inches. Look at this giant. Like I made it cool, and like I remember my friends being like, yeah, we'll play with these dolls. So like I always like I had multiple Aladdin birthdays. I think 95 and 96 I did Aladdin birthday, so I would have been like 7 and 8. So right up until like 10. But I was always a comic kid underneath. But I think that's why I have so many memories, is because the images help me remember. Like, and I also like I look through photo albums every time I go home, and that keeps me remembering shit.
Man, like sense memory, like smell, sight, hearing, just like these different things. I think it's very cool.
It's important to me.
I love that. That makes you're low-key inspiring me right now. I'm like, I think I want to do these similar things with my family.
It's so funny how like I've switched. I don't have a kid, and I'm in like, okay, I'm afraid of it, and I'm afraid of sucking at it. What can I do to prep now? Like, like literally, this could be 5 years away. But in my head, I'm like, what's important to me? What are my values? What's essential? What do I want to instill? Like, what pre-production can I do? Because production's gonna be crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I'm in prep even now.
What do you think you're gonna take away from this movie?
I think the pacing of wonder and awe and instilling that in the kids' patience, and also I love just kindness and cleanliness as like the undertone. Like I think that's really wonderful.
Yeah,
also,
it's really sweet.
Is scary, so I'm gonna save it a little bit. Like I would have thought like show it to a 2-year-old. Like I wouldn't have had I not rewatched it with you. I probably would have assumed this was fine, but that witch is crazy.
Yeah, no, the eyes is the way they're just moving and just like her presentation. Yeah, maybe like save that for like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I mean probably like 5.
Yeah, okay, I'll see
5's
5.
like in school.
Yeah, hopefully the witch isn't too scary at that
I think
point.
7, 8's like 2nd grade.
No, is that? I know 3rd grade's like 9.
Because I think I started school at 5.
Okay,
So 7 would be 2nd grade, or like going into 2nd grade.
wow, that's a trip. That's a trip. I don't. Oh, it's that early, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, then yeah, I think that sounds like
that's
a fair
reasonable.
age. That sounds like a fair age.
Parents, what age did you show your kids the movie without the dragon? I'm still stuck on that. It's just seeing this image in the bottom right corner on Disney Plus, and I see Sleep Beauty. I'm like, that's the one with the dragon.
I'm down to watch it. I don't remember anything about it.
Let us know in the comments below if you want more commentary on my future hypothetical children.
Yeah.
Did you overall had a good experience?
I had a great experience. I
This was
want
fun,
to
man.
watch more. I'm down to watch the Huntsman movies, and I'm excited to watch the other Snow White.
If you want a full Snow White era experience with us going through 4 movies, let us know. If you want me and Aaron to watch more classic Disney, let us know. I would even be down to watch the ones I do remember and love, like Lion King and Aladdin and stuff, if these keep doing well. So let us know in the comments below. Please leave a like, send some love to our fine folks at Prepper. Hit that subscription bell if you're watching 30 minutes into our review and you're like, not subscribed. What are you even doing? That's crazy. We've earned it. Hit that subscription bell. Much love. We hope you enjoyed this journey through 88 years ago movie history with us. The one that started all. The castle itself. I wouldn't have even caught that. Great call. Snow White's castle, and now Star Wars, Marvel, everything's owned by that castle. Nuts. Much love, Reject Nation. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Peace.
Everett Pixel My Baker.
Baking it.
Did you know there was an 8th dwarf?
Oh, is it Everett Pixel My Baker?
That is exactly. How'd you know I was possibly going there? Because that is where I'm going.
That's where you got your name.
Everett Pixel My Baker.
You're the size of a pixel, but you're mighty.
Yeah, that's what his name was. It was Tiny.
Yeah, it's a little
There was
tiny.
Sleepy, Grumpy, Snorry, horny,
fatty, yawny,
but then there was Tiny, and that was Everett Pixel My Baker. He was tiny. He was the tiny dwarf.
He's the tiny dwarf. He was like among dwarves even. He was superiorly tiny and best for fitting into small spaces.
Well, he was like cute tiny, like Ant-Man tiny.
Yeah.
It's not like a mean, a small person joke. It is.
No, you were like
he's like
whimsically
unusually
tiny.
tiny.
Yeah.
That's why people forgot about him. You forget he's in the room.
Like an inch tall.
How many times
Barely ever hear him.
Horny would accidentally sit on him while doing his
thing,
and
but Ant-Man,
yeah,
Thanos.
But then bam, and then he went up. It was a whole subplot cut out that honored Everett Pixel My Baker. He's like Ugly Sonic. Totally just forgot about him. But
so
that's a
messed
former
up.
identity.
They'll bring it back in the new hit movie that's coming out this month.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
the real version.
Tiny, you are large in our hearts,
Hey.
and don't you forget it.
Never ever. Love you.